like right when we first moved in. It was a great blank slate, and here's what it looks like now. It is just so calming and warming and cozy. We start and end each day in this room, so I'm so thankful for such an inviting and inspiring space. Welcome to our bedroom. Today I'm going to be giving you a super detailed tour of this space and sharing where every single thing is from and how we kind of pieced it together. I really wanted this room to just be a super warming and calming place to unwind after a long day. So we used lots of cozy textiles and those plush and fluffy pillows and blankets and cozy lighting just to make it as inviting as it could be. So really excited to share all the details and share this space with you all. Let's kick things off with one of my favorite parts of this room, our gallery wall. This was a fairly new addition. We did it a couple months ago, and I just love how it fills up the space because, you know, we did keep things simple, but I feel like this is such a statement. And all of these picture frames are from IKEA, and I will link the exact ones below and the measurements. I forget off the top of my head, but I'll link that in the description. And I just picked out a lot of different photographs that are just super special to my husband and I, and it just added them to the wall. And it's really sweet because pretty much every single night I'll just lie in bed looking at the pictures, just remembering the sweet memories, and that's just like one of the best ways to kick off a good night's sleep because you just have those sweet memories top of mind. So we love this, and this is a fairly easy statement. It's inexpensive if you choose to go with the IKEA frames, and I just printed out the pictures from Walgreens, which they pretty much always have a coupon, so that was amazing. And I also just put our blanket ladder right next to the frames just to add more textiles. We used to have that downstairs in our living room, but we moved some things around and I feel like it fits nicely in this space. So that's our statement wall, and I even could fit some more frames on that wall, but I feel like it is good to have some white space as well, and you want it to make a statement but not be too overwhelming and overbearing. And next to the frames we have this beautiful faux olive tree, and I found this at either Lowe's or Home Depot. I'll try to find the same one or a similar one for you all, but I love this. Of course, it's super low maintenance because it's a faux plant. You don't have to water it or care for it. As much as I do love real plants, I just didn't have much confidence in taking care of an olive tree, especially in our room. And the pot is actually from Joann's. I didn't even think of Joann Fabrics to have really beautiful flower pots, but they did. I purchased it in the spring. I'm sure during that time of year they have more pot options, but I love the texture and color tones of it. Okay, pivoting to our dresser. We've had this dresser for 6 or 7 years now. I actually picked it out for Brandon, my husband, before we were even married for his first apartment out of college. And it is from Target. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's really held up super well. And we have it full to the brim, like we're definitely using it daily, so I love it. It does have quite a big scratch right here, but not a huge deal. And right next to the dresser we just have this chair that used to be one of our dining chairs in our first apartment, and Brandon will use this like to put his shoes on and just put piles of clothes, that kind of thing. So that's that situation. And then I just styled the dresser with this really pretty vase that Brandon got me for my birthday, or I forget the occasion, but it's from Anthropologie. It's really, really pretty, and I have this dried eucalyptus in it, which I've had this from Trader Joe's for, I don't even know, months and months, probably like 6 months now, but it looks really beautiful dried out. It doesn't have the scent so much anymore, but still looks very nice and contrasts well with the olive tree. And next to the vase, I also have this yummy smelling candle, which I feel like is just such a must if we're trying to create a calming and warming room. And then it's October, so have a little pumpkin as well. We're festive over here. And this mirror we've had for a while as well. I actually ordered an art piece for this space as well, but I've had a little trouble with it. It arrived and it was a mess, so we'll see. I'm still on the hunt for like a pretty piece of art to kind of layer with the mirror. So if you have any pretty neutral art, let me know. And then I picked up this lamp recently, which just adds another cozy lighting element to this space. We have our 2 pendant lights over the nightstand, which I'll show you, but this is great to kind of bring some light to this side of the room. And it's amazing because it's dimmable, so you can make it brighter or really, really soft light. And every single light bulb in this room is one of the vintage bulbs, which is just the warmest yellow, just really calming, cozy light, and I love it. So this side of the bed is Brandon's side, and we have the same exact dressers, pretty standard on both sides. Let me share this beautiful pendant with you all. So this was an Etsy find. I was looking for some kind of seagrass pendant. I knew I just loved that kind of coastal, neutral tone, and I found this on Etsy and it came pretty quickly, super convenient, no complaints. It was one of the first things I ordered actually, but we didn't end up hanging them until a couple months after we moved in. But anyways, we just ordered the shade from Etsy and it just came with the shade by itself. And then we picked up the lighting cord and light bulb from IKEA. So that was great, pretty easy to set up, and ideally it would just hang from the ceiling, but this cord really matches the color of our walls, so it's not super noticeable, and I still think it looks really nice. Here's a look at how we hung the pendants. It's just a super small cup hook hung to the ceiling, so we just looped the cord around it, and it's not super noticeable, so I really like that. And I love how it looks during the daytime, but I love it even more at nighttime. So let me just show you what it looks like without the light bulb on. Pretty nice, like a nice woven basket. And then I'll insert some video footage of it at night because it just has such a beautiful like shadow and reflection. And again, just super calming. That's gonna be my word of the video. Okay, now popping over to the nightstands. So he keeps his pretty simple. I like it, but we do have a sound machine. So before we first got married, I was like, a sound machine? What? I thought that was just for babies, like newborn infants. So I kind of gave him a hard time about it, but I'm hooked now. I totally get it. I personally am a heavy sleeper, so I don't have trouble with waking up during the night, but my husband definitely is a lighter sleeper, so it's definitely helpful for him, and I think it's very calming. It doesn't bother me at all. I will say sometimes he'll forget to turn it on, and he'll be like, oh, did you notice? And I don't even notice. So it's not a crucial thing for me, but he loves it, so I'm here for it. And this one's very sleek and just modern looking, so I appreciate that. Before we got married, he had this like super old one. It probably was his like since he was a baby, so we did switch that. We did upgrade that one. But anyways, the nightstand is really neat because it actually has a charger and outlet. So in this little cubby right here, there's a place to plug in 2 outlets and 2 USB cords, and you can charge whatever your heart fancies. That's what really sold me on this nightstand. However, I will say, I don't really use that much. I try to keep my electronics in my office and not bring it into the bedroom, so it really isn't as practical as I thought it would be, but it is nice to have that option if needed. And then I really like how it has the cubby, and I just put this little basket, and we usually just have books underneath the basket, and these are from Amazon, and the nightstands are from Pottery Barn. Again, I'll just link anything, so if I forget to say where it's from, it'll be in the description. And then of course, I love how it has a drawer, so you can put whatever you fancy in there, and it looks nice and tidy. Okay, so let me talk about our carpet and our rug. So when we were building this house, I honestly didn't want carpet anywhere. It just isn't my favorite. I feel like it gets dirty and it's tricky to maintain. However, I will say I am thankful to have carpet because it is really just soft and plush on your feet, and it is nice to have in a bedroom. So I like it. Maybe we will switch it out one day, but it just was a lot more cost effective, and we just made that decision at the time. And I was debating if I wanted to put a rug in here, and some people may think it's silly, but I just absolutely love rugs, and I love the layered look, and I think rugs on carpet is really beautiful, and I absolutely love this one. We just have had it for a couple weeks now, so I can't give it like a full review because I don't know how it holds up with the wear and tear, but So far, so good. My puppy has run all around it and, you know, put it to the test a little bit. So I can say so far, so good. And it really is so beautiful. And I just love the braided woven look. Okay, now for the star of the show, our bed. Before I get there, I just want to give a shout out to this bench. It is from the McGee & Co. line at Target. And I've had it for about 6 months now. I really love it. I love the bench at the end of the bed look, and it is practical for putting your shoes on, setting clothes, laundry down, all that good stuff. And now for the bed. So this is a king size bed. I was kind of debating, should we just stick to a queen size like we had before, or should we get the king size? And I am glad we went with the king size because one, I mean, it is nice to have more space. And especially down the road, God willing, we'll have kids and dogs and babies and all that stuff that will crawl in the bed in the middle of the night and in the morning. So the more space, the better, we figured. And okay, so the headboard and the bed is all together. I was gonna say it's one piece, but it's actually not. That was a whole ordeal. If you watch the vlogs, you may remember, but basically they sent me 2 of the bottom half and not the headboard. So I had 2 of the bottom frames for like a month or 2. But finally, everything arrived, and I do really love this bed. It is super beautiful quality, and I love how the headboard is this kind of linen material, so it's a great texture to have, and I like how it's wing back, so you have the 2 sides. It just kind of makes like a little nest and cave feeling, so you feel all safe and cozy in the bed. And our mattress is from Amazon. I believe the brand is Zinus. Super, super affordable. We had this brand of mattress at our apartment beforehand, and we loved it. It's basically all foam, so it comes in the box, and you open it up and then it expands, and it is just wonderful. You kind of melt into it, but it's not too soft, if that makes sense. So we really like it, and honestly, if you're gonna purchase one thing that is more of a splurge for your bedroom, the West Elm Tencel sheets are phenomenal. They're my favorite sheets I have ever had. They're like really cooling, super, super soft. They're like butter. I don't know how else to describe it. And under our sheets, we have another layer. So we have our sheets, the top one, and then we have this kind of thin duvet cover. And it's funny because my husband will just sleep with this thin duvet cover, when meanwhile I have this thick one double on me because he'll flip it over and it'll be like sandwiched on top of me because I just love lots of layers. I definitely get colder in the night and he gets hotter, so that works out, and I keep this duvet cover over me as well. So I have like 5 different layers, but super comfy. And the duvet cover is from Target, the little one, and then this big one is from West Elm as well, and then the insert is also from West Elm, and it's just like super, super thick and plush, so that you kind of have that nice plush height, which I love. And I would say it's nice and cooling as well. Like, I never feel too overheated. Speaking of cooling, before I forget, I wanted to share we do have a fan in this bedroom. It's just like a white, simple, modern fan. And I do love having a fan in the bedroom. I think it is so cozy to just have the cool air blowing on you when you're just cuddled up in your sheets. It's wonderful. So we have that, and then this, okay, this is funny actually. So this isn't a blanket. This is a rug from Urban Outfitters. I initially ordered it for my office downstairs, but then when it arrived, I was like, this looks like a blanket, and I was kind of confused. And so I was gonna try it out, like as a rug in this room actually, but then I folded it up one day and I was like, this actually was really great here. So it's been a little end blanket for our bed ever since. It's funny, once you start buying home decor and like decorating a home, you'll kind of see, and sometimes what you intend an item to be used for, it'll do something totally different. So that's been kind of fun to see. And then this one over here, I actually purchased initially to kind of serve as this end blanket, but it was too small, it was too short, and this is from Home Goods, so I won't be able to link this, but they typically have a ton of blankets like this. So I just kind of put that over on that side, toss it, make it look very lived in. And then that long pillow, the lumber pillow in the middle, is from Home Goods as well. I wonder if it's made by the same brand because it definitely fits well with this blanket. And then these two pillows, the brown ones, are from Target. I love the fabric of these pillows, and I usually will karate chop them so they have that nice little dent in the middle. And then our pillowcases are part of our Tencel pillow sheet set, and the duvet cover also came with those 3 shams, and the inserts for the shams are from, I want to say IKEA. They have really good feather inserts. So that's pretty much everything for the bed. Super cozy. Pretty much every night when I crawl in, I'm just like, it feels so good. There really is nothing like it. It's such a beautiful blessing to be able to have a cozy cloud-like bed. Okay, now on to my side of the bed. I have this cute coaster that I got from a small shop called Levin Gray. Super cute, has that coastal look to it. And then the same nightstand as Brandon. And in my drawer, I just have like a bunch of books and jewelry. I just keep all my jewelry in there. And then in my basket, I have my phone charging. I plugged it in just to show you guys that this has a charger, but again, I really don't use it much. And then I just have a bunch of jewelry that I just keep in here. Super convenient to just throw on whenever I'm getting ready for the day. And this is my favorite lip balm right before bed. I put it on every single night. My lips just crave it. It is just so moisturizing and nourishing. In this little corner over here, I've really debated what to do with this space. Part of me really wanted to do some kind of like vanity makeup area because I thought that would be nice with the natural light of the windows, and who knows, maybe one day I will do that. But for now, we have a full-length mirror, which is very convenient, and I've debated hanging this on the wall, but sometimes I like to angle it differently, so I'm not being too committed to this space yet, but so far, it's been practical, it's been great. And then I recently moved up my clothing rack up here. This was in my office before, but we're putting up some bookshelves in that space. So I moved it up here and it works nicely, and basically I'll use this clothing rack for any pieces that I just want really super easy access to. My closet is literally like 5 feet away, so it's kind of just more for decor as well, and it adds just a nice lived-in look, even though I definitely curate it. If it is out in this space, I try to kind of put in more neutral textures so it kind of fits. But in the spring and summer, I'll display some just pastel pieces, and if I'm about to film a haul or some kind of clothing content, I'll just put those pieces out here so they're just super easily accessible. I also wanted to share window treatments with you all because that is something that I personally really struggled with when I was putting together our home. I just was so indecisive on window treatments, and if you're not aware, window treatments are so expensive, and especially if you do have a lot of windows, it adds up so quickly. So I really wanted to just meditate on it and figure out what I wanted, and we ended up going with roller shades for our bedroom, which I love. One of my favorite things about this room is that there's so many windows. It kind of feels like you're in a tree house, and you just get a lot of natural light, which is so invigorating in the morning. So I really loved that, and some typical blinds kind of cover up a lot of the windows, so I just wanted something that would be able to fully just go away, but of course I wanted privacy. It's our bedroom after all. So we went with roller shades, and basically if you go with roller shades, they have different levels of transparency. So on the 3 windows on this wall, we have blackout. So it is completely black. You can't see through it at all. And then on these little windows, we have the setting below that. So you can't see in, but you can see that the light is on, if that makes sense. So that's what we went with, and we went with a pretty beige color, which I really like, and it just fits with the space. When the blinds supply owner came over and gave us the quote and took measurements and everything, I was asking him if I should go with the white ones, just kind of keep it neutral, or go with the beige and off-white ones, and I'm thankful he encouraged me to go with the off-white ones because it's a great contrast and really just blends well with all the other decor. Our curtain rod, the hooks, and the curtains themselves are all from IKEA, and we have really loved them so far. They're also the same curtains we have in our living room. That's how much we love them. And that's it. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I really am so thankful for this room and just the safety and warmth and comfort it provides. It really is such a treasure, and I'm so thankful for you all as well. I think I covered everything, but if there's something I missed, just leave a comment down below and I'll try to source similar pieces and everything like that, because I know it can be overwhelming to decorate a space and it can be hard to find things. So hopefully this is helpful, and I just hope you all enjoyed, and I cannot wait to see you soon.